Ohio, mina. Good morning, everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you. Nice day today to actually do a review. My review will be on Dragonar Academy Episode 3. And damn, wow, dude, like, this episode got some major improvement. Maybe a little bit, but maybe so this much. Everything about this episode, come on, dude. Like, that is what I'm talking about right there. It's like, what? Did the animators, like, do things correctly or what I wanted? Or what I expected out of this? Some of y'all could agree or disagree on what I'm going to say and what I'm going to speak about. But to me, I think this episode made some great progression on so many characters and many other people. But at some points, not really. But still, what I'm saying is true. Let's get this started, ladies and gents. As we get to the beginning, Ash is with the president, Rebecca, and she's all, like, getting near him. He's like, "What are you doing to me?" She says, "Oh, I'm just, like, had this feeling like, having to get close to you or something." But in other cases, he ends up going, easy, stay away from me. When she blows into his ear, I'm like, dang, what is she? Is she like, that really, like, much of a girl or lady to do something like that to a young man or a boy? Pretty crazy stuff of what she's doing. And she asked him, "Would you like to join the student council? Sorry about my pronunciation. It's my tongue's all twisted. And after the opening, we get to the point where Sylvia is, like, talking to her dragon Lancelot, and she ends up saying that I'm so glad you're okay, and so forth. I'm gonna be an Arc Dragonar or something. I think that's what it's called, I believe, but correct me if I'm wrong. But overall, it's like she ends up thinking about Ash Blake or something, seeing that he could ride any dragon, and she's kind of envious of that. And I just go like, wow, something like that. And we end up looking at her past, saying that she made a promise to him, saying that she'll become a powerful dragon rider or something. And when I just look at it, it's like those two, Ash and Sylvia, have actually met. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like. I mean, their appearances are the same. Their appearances haven't changed a lot, except by height, length, and maybe Sylvia's bust size. Sorry to get all like like that, but I'm only saying what's up. Later, there's like this crazy dragon running wild thing, and Sylvia decides to go check it out. Ends up talking to the guards, and then later, like, Rebecca asked Ash, "Would you like to join the student council?" He says, "I don't know, like, can you let me think about it?" She said, "Yeah, sure, why not, go ahead." And they end up hearing a level 2 alert, and they end up seeing Sylvia trying to ride that dragon, and I'm like thinking, wow, you cannot be serious, and Rebecca ends up going in. She summons her par or dragon partner. Like, that's the first time I've ever seen her partner. I'm pretty sure it's been the first time for you boys and girls too. And she ends up going to this Arc Dragonar armor or Arc Dragonar or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. This is what I just seen and looked at the subtitles, And later, like, she took care of it like that. I'm just like, whew, what a crazy thing that Ash has been thinking about, while Echo's just eating her creep whatsoever. And after he's been thinking about what happened, like, today's episode, he seems to wonder what's wrong with, like, Sylvia, and later, like, Echo pulls his cheeks or his ears, like, "You seem to be ignoring me all of a sudden." And she asked him, "What are those people doing over there?" He says, "Oh, they're just staring at the statue, nothing more. It's nothing like, so on and so forth at certain points, And later, it's just like, they end up talking about, like, this armor whatsoever, saying, "Oh, you're gonna make some armor for me." And she gets all saying, Why should I make some armor for you, huh? It's against my own nature. I'm like thinking, dang, I guess this is gonna be some child troubling part whatsoever, you know? It's crazy of what she's doing and how she's acting like in a child way manner, you know? But I don't blame her, you know? I'm pretty sure she's young and there's nothing else I can say. Stomps on his feet. I'm like thinking, damn, I don't even know how bad it will hurt, but I don't want to know. Like, for someone to stomp on your feet or something, or step on it, depending how hard they hit. I think I've been through it before, but best not to go there. Sorry to get off topic. Let's get back. Then we see Rebecca and Sylvia, and they end up going to this Dragon Inn, and Rebecca says, "Oh, this is some kind of date thing I have to fulfill with Sylvia." And later, we end up seeing those two people again, the girl with the black hair, or I don't know what color it is, and her master. We seen them in episode 1. I'm pretty sure y'all remember that. And he ends up using a sword that forgot his name, and summons some kind of crazy brown hurricane storm or something, and a dragon came out, and Echo realized it's trouble. They end up going outside, and I think the dragon's like necromancia or something. Yeah, that is. And Echo's like, "Oh, what the hell are you doing? This is my town. What the hell?" I'm like thinking, girl, you are not gonna do this stupid speech right now, and you're gonna get yourself caught or something. Are you serious Are you really serious right now, you know? And she gets caught, and her clothes ends up getting ripped up. I'm like thinking, oh man, how ridiculous can this part get? Talk about child problems, you know? And Necromancer was about to blow up the entire town, but Rebecca uses her dragon partner to block it, and summons her weapon that's giant, that's known to be some kind of bulb whatsoever she's calling it. I don't remember its name, but all I know is it had two words in it, you know? And she throws it, goes through 3 or 4 shields of magic, but it couldn't get through the final one. And Echo gets all swollen up, and Rebecca tells Ash to get the princess, which is Sylvia, out of here before things could get worse. He ends up looking at Sylvia, says, "Wake up, wake up." And I was just thinking, just slap her, man. She's hella shocked right now. He's like saying, "Come on, what are you doing?" And he goes like, "Some princess you are. Here, I'll apologize later." I'm like, yes, that's how you do it, boy. That is how you do it. Waking someone out of a shocking manner or something. And she goes like, "Ash," and something like that. That was the first word she came out after she got slapped or something by a young man or a boy. And he goes like, "Hey, summon your dragon. I need your help. I need to go save Echo." She says, "Are you crazy? You're about to get yourself killed." And later on, she decides to summon and goes like, "You ride with me right now. You ride with me. We'll have a chance to save her." Echo ends up Echo wakes up and sees this same old person that talked to Ash in episode 1 or something like that. I'm pretty sure y'all remember. And she tells Echo, "It's up to me now to guide an immature brat like you, or immature child like you, to help out your partner or something, or your master." She goes like, "Oh, you mean that dog? Why are you doing with him? What did you do to him? Why are you helping him out or something? Why are you helping me out, you know?" And she ends up showing him what he's doing right now, doing anything he can to save her. And she gives him all these parts or pictures or something, and gives her a warning, sometimes these things may come at a price, what you're choosing or what can happen. It could take his life away, so you gotta help him out or something. Later, he ends up trying to go into the dragon and ends up failing time and time. And Sylvia gives him a warning, saying Lancelot is about to reach his top limit or peak. You know, it's gonna be worse right now. And later, he says as long as I have this astral mark or magic on his arm, he knows that she is alive and he's not gonna quit. And I go that's That's the spirit right there. You keep going, kid. Don't give up. And Echo says, man, I can't believe this dog is being like all like crazy and stuff. Ends up building some armor from him, and for the meantime, we get to see that armor and go into action to talk about some serious upblowing, you know? I'm like thinking, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I was really waiting for that, and he ends up somehow riding necromancia or something and flies him into space orbit, and somehow he also has his ability to talk to the dragon and read his minds or something, like going like, oh, you once had a master before, huh? And by that time, he didn't know what this dragon's feeling, but he says, are you sure you want me to do this? And therefore, he summons out his giant sword, which I've forgotten, you know. Sorry, I mean, first time watching this episode, I'm like doing a review on it like right away. And then he cuts him down, and I'm just thinking, yeah, I'm guessing that dragons really ask him, end me, you know, kill me, end my suffering. I'm tired of living, you know, and he granted him that wish. And later Echo appeared and he grabs her, rescues her, and at the end we have a crazy part. We end up having a crazy celebration party, and Rebecca asks Sylvia and Ash to join the student council, and she says as if Lancelot and me could come in handy, we'll join, you know. And later Raymond's on saying, good job, man, you are some crazy guy that I can't believe I'm a friend with, you know. And we see Echo eating like hell right now. I'm like, whatever, you know. And by that time, like Rebecca ends up kissing both Sylvia and Ash. I'm like, oh man, that is just cute right there. Like a cheek, man. They all blushing up and so forth. I'm like, does the council really have its ways of doing those kinds of things? Echo gets all mad and pulls Ash's cheek or something. I'm like thinking, man, this part is gonna be a problem child, you know. And Maximilian says, hey, President, we're not supposed to be boom right in the gut right there. I'm like thinking, yeah, just shut that guy up. Let him know I like to do things my way. Celebration, and then they all reach their glasses in the air, but Echo's the only one trying to reach up, going, I can't reach, you know. Then she has to jump or tiptoe. Bah! Cheers, and we end up seeing a episode preview of number 3. No, wait, sorry about that. Number 4. And when I look at it, it seems to be a little like information about some history, you know. So I'm not really sure if anything epic is gonna happen, such as in this episode. I thought it was good and had a great time with it, you know. And when I think about this episode, I'm like thinking, that's what I'm talking about, the epicness, everything about it, you know. That's what I need that's what I need in some animations, like having these crazy moments about the main protagonist, like being all this and that, you know, and so forth. Talk about some serious stuff right there. Overall, this episode was pretty cool. Maybe there's some annoying things, like I will like mention, like maybe some like seduction or something that kind of annoyed me a bit, but pretty amazing, funny to some of y'all. But yeah, like I'll give this episode, that's the only thing I will be like critiquing about. That's all. I was hoping they could reduce that and also make it like a normal talking situation, you know. But if the author wrote the story like that, and animators are trying to like follow that thing, I can't blame them for that. That's the only thing, like, you know. And I'll give this episode maybe I guess 5 out of 5. The epic battle was there and everything about it, you know. And at the end right there, getting all kissy blushy for Sylvia and Ash right there, I'm like, dang, man, that's some crazy stuff. Can't believe the president's like this. And we get to see Rebecca's like dragon partner or something, and her Dragonar armor, and then so forth. And what I'm gonna expect in the next episode for next week is like that past about like Ash and Blake, but it seems like Sylvia doesn't remember Ash, but at a certain point, like maybe she doesn't recognize his real appearance. That's what I'm looking for. Like, we're gonna dig deeper into like more history and so forth, like so on, because that like these people like have gone to the that's like continuing this war, thinking the Dragonar Academy is like some military school. I go like, how stupid, you know. I'm Alpha 04 Love this episode. Hope you did too. Have an awesome day, people. Later.